A little bit better.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News. My name's Lori Swan. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you're in the live chat, we do have to keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there to make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platform utilizing tonight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when we go live. Ernie.
Hey, Lori, you're not one for small talk tonight, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not, because I'm over it. I'm over this. For the past 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks, we've been following Ingersoll Lockwood website, and something just hasn't felt right about it. And when we first started looking at the decodes, I was brought to, I saw on the, okay, let me pull up the website. It says here, Ingersoll Lockwood is a nonpartisan group of Americans with distinguished careers serving our great nation. We don't believe in the QAnon conspiracy, nor would we ever. Those does protest way too much, don't they?
Apparently. Yeah, I said on our last live when we were talking about this that it kind of gives me those types of vibes.
Yeah.
And so guys, you're seeing these things the first time as I am. She didn't want me to look at it, apparently. So you're gonna get an authentic reaction from me as I look at it. I'm probably
Uh-huh.
going to be filled with a bunch of laughter and I told you so's. So,
Uh-huh.
so we're gonna take a deep dive into this and see what this all means.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to pull up our full screen here because the tabs, take us to a different tab. Let's go back over to Ingersoll Lockwood. Okay, so first of all, here's a little bunny down here, and now he's a centurion bunny. He's got the Roman garb on. You can't really see him, but he's you're gonna see him in the next picture. But we're calling him centurion bunny, centurion rabbit. So let's click on him. And there he is right there. And there is the wolf in sheep's clothing. Boy, they got to tell us what they're doing, don't they? They got to show us, they got to tell us. Well, Ingersoll, Lockwood, you told us and you showed us. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Let's see why.
Okay, let's see why. Now, if you go back and you watch my last video, you will see that in that video, I show you guys a URL. And in that URL, all you will see is 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. Okay. We know what 17 is tied to the number Q. We know, or the letter Q. We know that it's tied to Donald Trump. Okay. Now, I wanted to give this website the benefit of the doubt, but today let's take a look at where we go when we push the T. Experience Trump Winery. Come on. Really?
Interesting. So apparently he likes the orange man.
You say you say you're not tooting Q. You say you're a bipartisan, and in the last Thursday week, so last 7 days, you've done nothing but push 17 and Trump. Really? Come on, Ingersoll Lockwood. Do better.
Well, well, I mean, we can look at it like this. They are probably the group of people that, just like many people in our country, that supports Orange Man and think that he is our savior.
Yeah.
It may not be affiliated with the 17th letter, but I mean, all signs could be pointing towards that, though. Uh,
Well,
Especially when it comes to like clues and stuff like that, how we've seen in the those other social media that posted those cryptic messages that we have to decode and stuff like that. So it gives off those types of vibes.
it does. Yeah. It gives off the cicada 3301 vibe. It gives off the um Q anon, the Q drop, and then the Q anon because it switched there. I think in 16 or 17 it switched. It's given off those vibes, even if it's not intentional. They're still uh suspect.
And the creators of this website, I mean, me and you took a dive in seeing the origins of it and who's the background of those people who created this website
Jesuits.
are.
Jesuits.
Exactly.
Or Jesuits. Exactly.
So everything may not appear to be correct on the surface. And, we always go over that. And we always put our discerner meters, especially me, because I can't even trust a paper bag to save my life. um,
Right.
but I mean, with these types of things, especially with everything that's been going on in the world, I mean, we have to do our due diligence to look at things in and out to see if it's approved. And this goes to show you that stuff like this could be used as a spy tool to gather and see who's following this,
Right.
to a psyop,
Right.
because there's so many operating right now.
Right.
We don't know what is real and what is fake anymore. Um, so we have to rely on our excuse me, on our discernment to make accurate judgments on things like this.
Brody, did y'all watch the queue into the storm and seeing that it was just the server runners and that it owned by Japanese bathhouses? Nope. Don't follow Q. Never have. Always got a vibe to it that I just no, absolutely not. It's a psyop. It's a complete and total psyop. People are still okay. Let's go back to 2016. Back in 2016, if you guys remember, during the presidential campaign and election, you guys remember the KEK, the KEK, the frog that came out? There was one in particular that was a frog. It was Trump. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. Let me try to find it real quick on Google. It's really easy to find. Trump KEK. Trump KEK. Images. There we go. This one right here. Let's pull up for you. This guy right here, the KEK. Now, if you look, the KEK is it's a god. It's the god of chaos. Maybe this one even says it. The KEK is a deaf. What is it? I can't read it. Hold on. Give me a second. Try it this way.
Kind of strange creature, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you see, let me see here. Let's take the Trump off of it and just push the KEK. KEK God. Okay, here's the KEK. Here he is right here. This is the KEK God. You can see here another one, KEK. This one here. And on Reddit, it was real big over on Reddit. And they were praise the KEK God. And KEK is the god of chaos. Now, what happened was, and this is what happened back in 2016. So what happened is they started putting out these memes, and it was called meme magic. And there was sorcery attached to these memes. And these people in 2016, yes, Peppy, the Peppy, yes, thank you, Tim. Yes, the Peppy meme. Yep. And it was associated with some sort of spell to it. And if you notice at that time, when these people started interacting with these memes and interacting with these chat rooms, it was like they were put under a spell. And Ernie, we've talked about this many times, how it's like the Q people are under a spell. They are.
They are. And devil is author of confusion, and he causes delusion and division amongst God's people. I mean, and this is just one example. I mean, even in the truther community that is supporting this people of the 17th letter, you can see the division it causes between them and the people who can look past that.
Right.
So they're playing an 8-front war in which they're both looking at the same goal but from different angles, and one is the not accurate angle, if you will.
Exactly. And I'm going to pull up And when you pull up the meme magic, it pulls up the keck. And it says it's slang for using the term used to describe a hypothetical power of sorcery and voodoo supposedly derived from certain internet memes. And let's pull it up. If you trace people back to when they started this craziness, and here it says, since its coinage on the image board 8chan, the fictitious concept, which is not fictitious, it is a real concept, and 4chan, POL, politically incorrect board, and have heavily associated with several in-jokes and shitposting fads on the site, including Ebola Chan, ban posting, and Donald Trump. It is very real, and you can prove it by looking at Keck Chaos Magic. The Southern Poverty Law Center even puts it as being suspect.
Mm.
And it's odd that at that time, in 16, because Q came out shortly after that, it came out, I believe, in November of 16, somewhere's in there, the real Q, not the, I want to say the hijacked version of it that came out later, but the original Q, started all these Keck memes. So when you look at that and you look at, these people now, I mean, they're still pushing this whole, what is it in Cuba? I'm sorry, guys. I'm still sick and I took my medicine. They're still pushing the whole tribunals and the whole, they're gone to, what is it? Gitmo. We're still pushing the whole Gitmo baloney. It's like I have two friends who I absolutely adore. I love these two. They're my besties. I adore these two, but they are so still ingrained in this whole nonsense that Trump is somehow our savior. Guys, he's not. He's playing good cop. Come on, wake up.
He's going to be the one to usher in the Antichrist.
Absolutely.
I firmly believe it.
It's just, and now we've got, when Ingersoll, excuse me, when Ingersoll, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to talk. When Ingersoll, put that up that, we're not associated with them, I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know.
You may not be, but your nonverbal communications point towards it.
Exactly. Your website, your postings, your decodes, or whatever you want to call it, are saying something completely and totally different. All right. How I'm going to show you guys, there's a video. It's pretty long. It's 8 minutes long. Now, with everything that I've told you guys, take a listen to this and tell me, do you come to the same conclusion of this? Because, I'm sorry, but Ingersoll Lockwood has gone complete Q-tard. Take a listen.
Hey everybody, so I wanted to make a shorter video consolidating the messages from the US debt clock and Ingersoll Lockwood tonight. I wanted to bring the two together because I've been noticing that they have been updating their sites at the same time. Like Ingersoll Lockwood updates their site way more often than the US debt clock, but on the days that the US debt clock updates their site, it seems like Ingersoll Lockwood waits until the U.S. debt clock updates their site when Ingersoll Lockwood updates their site. But the U.S. debt clock referenced a stamp that says 1717 on it for Woodrow Wilson. See right there, it's 1717.
There's the
And there was a 17-cent stamp for Woodrow Wilson while he was president. So that's interesting to me that it says 1717 is the first time I've ever seen the U.S. debt clock reference the same numbers that we see on Ingersoll Lockwood. And then on Ingersoll Lockwood, they updated the rabbit and it moved from the middle of the screen to the right side of the screen, okay? And it's a brown rabbit with a gold tie. And again, it says tick tock, tippy top. And then it says 1717 41020, which we know 41020 is DJT, which is Donald J. Trump.
Okay, see where we're going with this? The 17, the just it's just dripping with Q right now. And this is she caught this stuff earlier. I just saw this video and I did not see this bunny on here or anything red, but she has taken it from a computer screen because you can see the line. So I'm taking her at her word here.
And then Castle Lock, not Castle Rock, Castle.
Okay, so remember Castle Rock? Do you remember when Trump first got elected and everybody was saying, "Oh, it's a movie. The Biden's not really at the White House. He's at Castle Rock. Castle Rock has a White House like a movie set, I think in Georgia or something, and that's Castle Rock. They were saying that's where he is in Castle Rock. So, and we have, yeah. So you see where I'm going with this? Why I'm pointing at being complete and total Q-tard at the moment?
Castle Lock border wall. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. But this, you guys, this picture, I like, okay. So we see at the very top here, that is the light. It's shining down, it's beaming down, and the orbs are following it across the screen all the way down to the right side of the screen, bottom right side of the screen. Then we have the rabbit dressed in armor still. It's the white rabbit dressed in armor, and there's a cattle of sheep. Okay, I'm sorry, not a cattle of sheep, a flock of sheep. So there's a flock of sheep, and then there's the wolf, and then we've got the white rabbit dressed in armor, and then we've got it looks like it's a clock, but it's weird because it doesn't look like the numbers are in sequence, but I have to look at that more. But we've got this white, or we've got the light beaming down from the top left of the screen, and then the orbs follow down to the bottom right of the screen. So it doesn't seem like it's reflecting off of anything. But if you watch my videos, if you've watched my videos from yesterday or last night, I kind of pieced together that the orbs are pointing towards something. It's trying to get your attention and point your attention towards a certain part of the picture.
Okay. I already showed you guys either on the last one or the one before that the person, whoever's making these pictures, is using the same program that I have. I showed you that I could take a picture and make those same orbs come down. You don't have any control of where those orbs sit. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's pull up. Let's do this. Let's stop the screen here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I got to show you the entire screen. Okay. Okay. So here is the thumbnail that I made for tonight's show. And if I go up to my effects and I go down to my illumination effects and I go into my sunburst, okay, I could take this and I could move this sunburst anywhere I want it to go. And if I do this, do you see that the circles come down? You don't have any control of where those circles are. I only have control of where I put that sunburst. So I can put the sunburst wherever I want. But the circles come down in, I have no control over where they go. So she's kind of off on that aspect of it. But what I really wanted to show you guys was the Q part of it, the 17, the Donald J. Trump aspect of it. And why we're standing on that. We will not be decoding these anymore. I do believe, and I think Ernie would probably agree with me, this is a distraction. So this will be the last time that we talk about Ingersoll Lockwood. Ernie?
I definitely agree. I was getting tired of it to begin with, and I actually kind of like tapped out because there's too much. There's more pressing things that we need to be focused on and worried about, especially on our own turf. There is a lot of news coming out about some stuff that's going on, possibly going on this weekend, that we need to keep our eyes focused on. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things going on in the world, but we need to shift our focus on to our own turf.
Yep.
Because this is what directly affects our lives.
Exactly. Keep an eye on our own backyard, keep an eye on our own communities, keep an eye on our own families. I hope you guys have a plan. In effect, if anything should happen. It's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of when it happens, because they have threatened that they are bringing this to U.S. soil. And we have no reason to not believe that.
I mean, there's multiple sources coming out saying that this is going to happen. Unfortunately, I'm hoping that it's not. I'm pretty sure all of you feel the same way. But look what happened Friday. This past Friday, the 3rd. Keep an eye on your bank accounts tomorrow, since tomorrow's Friday. Usually I don't post warnings or anything like that. But I mean, with all this stuff that's happening right now, and economy is like tanking as we speak. Like, I'm big into cars and big into tech. I watch markets and stuff like that. The used and new car market is tanking. Nobody is buying anything. So that's going to affect their bottom dollar, which is going to trickle down back to us.
Right.
So we definitely need to keep an eye on things over the weekend.
And you know what? The holiday season is coming up here very quickly, and there's going to be people packed into places that are going to be prime for a possible attacks. And that scares the heck out of me. Guys, do your shopping online if that's what you so choose to celebrate, the holidays. Do your shopping online. Don't get caught in these places where you're prime picking for an attack.
I mean, if you do, watch your six.
Yeah. Know your way out, know your surroundings, stay close. I feel, like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. And if you have means of protecting yourself and your family, please do so all times.
Yep, exactly. We are definitely a pro Second Amendment here. That's for sure. So we just wanted to come on real quick and just to let you know, the video that the first video that I did the other day, I did 2 videos the other day, or did 2. Hold on a second. When did I do them?
I think it was Tuesday, right?
Man, I keep getting signed out of our accounts. And then it tells me that our password's wrong. Hold on a second. It's done this for days, like 2 or 3 days now. 6, 7. 4,
You might need to get a new IP address.
Oh, now it wants me to. You just sent it to my phone. Now you want to send it to my email address? I give up. I freaking give up. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta go to my phone now. Where is it? Turn for truth. There we go. Google verification code. Ridiculous. Continue. Cancel. Continue to use. Now, oh my God. Now you see, you want to see what it's showing me?
Mm.
Okay, I'm not going to show you guys me logging into my account. Give me a second. Okay, I'm in. Unbelievable. Okay. So we did have excuse me, we did have the one this one here. The 3 days ago, the first one from 3 days ago, the Ingersoll Lockwood update. We got a copyright on that for using the Mary Poppins video. I did put in a dispute on that, citing that it was educational purposes. So they did put it back there and they returned it. But I'm going to probably remove these Ingersoll Lockwood videos. So if you come in, you don't see this one down here. So I'm going to be removing 4 of them. I'm going to leave this one up, but I'm going to remove the other 4. Is that okay, Ernie?
That's perfectly fine. It's better to cover ourselves because we got more important news to bring to the table.
Right. Exactly.
And we need to get you well so we can be able to cover all of this together.
I'm working on it. I am working on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys. We decided, as we already mentioned, for those who just trickling in right now, we decided to not cover Ingersoll anymore due to the fact it's giving off some 17 letter of the alphabet vibes, and there's too many coincidences that coincide the two together. So we're thinking it's either a psyop or a distraction. So we're going to shift our focus back to our mainland and what's going on in our country right now, because a lot of things are happening. A lot of world events is taking place. I don't know if you folks have seen what's going on in the Middle East, but apart from the war, Saudi Arabia and Dubai are flooded right now.
Really?
And that is major.
Wow.
So I'm currently watching that myself because kind of lining up biblically. I mean, these are 2 desert nations and they
I saw
are
one of
flooding
the
right now.
water tributaries over there was turned red today. I forgot which one it was.
Yep.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, God's judgment is at hand, and keep our eyes and ears open to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to keep an eye on what's going on in the United States, because there's our lives are going to be changed forever by the end of this year. And we've been talking about it all year long.
Yes, she will. I will keep those up, but I will remove those tomorrow. Tomorrow when I get up. So I will keep those up for you. Absolutely. I am actually, Ernie. I'm researching right now the Ben Gurion Canal project.
Oh, yeah, the new one. So we're finding out the real reason why this war is being taken place.
Yeah. Yeah, the real reason that Israel wants to take control of the Gaza property, the Gaza, land there, is because they want to put in a canal to rival the Suez Canal that the United States, France, and Israel will have control of, because those are the only countries right now that aren't really benefiting from the Suez Canal. So I'm looking into it. It would be a very good reason for them to want to take control of Gaza. because the canal would go literally right through it there. So yeah, but I'm looking into it. Probably Sunday, maybe we'll come live and talk about that. I just want to make sure they get all the ducks in a row. Tomorrow I won't be doing it. My husband will be home. Saturday he'll be home, so I won't be able to do it again until Sunday. So, oh, and I talked to John.
Oh, great.
Messaged him yesterday after I saw that there was that explosion, chemical explosion in Texas. So I messaged him, asked if he was okay, and he said, yeah, that he was nowhere near it. So he's doing okay. He's not back in civilization yet, though.
Looks like that might end up being worse than East Palestine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of pictures and articles about it.
Yeah, it's right north of Houston, just south of Lufkin, like right in the middle of Houston and Lufkin is where this happened.
Yeah, I seen that, Richard. Yeah, they're setting up in the airports.
Yeah.
So,
I think I saw that video I posted on my page with that person. She was an embalmer. She's been an embalmer for 25 years, and she talks about what she sees in people with that had that. So you guys check that out.
yeah, she confirmed what we've been discussing for such a long time.
Yeah. Yep. Since we had our first two guests on back in 2020 when we were talking about it.
Right. And Laura, when we in the broadcast, I do want to talk to you about that as well. Might shock you what I uncovered.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, guys. So yeah, if we do come back before Sunday, it'll be an emergency broadcast. But I will make sure that we come back on Sunday and talk about the alternative Suez Canal, the Israeli Ben Gurion. It's called Ben Gurion Canal, and we'll show you everything we got. Maps. Maps. We've got the we got the maps. If you guys
always follow the money, right?
Huh?
Always follow the money.
Always follow the money. That's right. So, all right, guys. Yes, I will keep those videos up until tomorrow. So if you want them, grab them. I will take them down when I get up in the morning. So, all right. Thanks, Ernie.
Thank you, Lori. And thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat. Thank you to all of our moderators. And until next time, guys, remember, eyes open, absolutely no fear.